Hey everyone, guess what? After a 5-month gap from my last video to the one before that, now I'm posting the second video in a week. I'm going to try really hard to post videos more often. I know you guys want the content. I'm going to try to deliver. So today's video is going to be about making a fish, another fish. This one is called a Gemmatum Tang. It's a black fish native to the Mauritian ocean, the ocean off Mauritius, wherever that is. Anyway, it's a black fish with white dots. Should be a challenge, should be fun. So without any further ado, let's get to it. I begin by casing Blackjack over a 25mm slug of clear glass. I use a technique that I learned from my friend Jennifer Caldwell that I call swirling. I rapidly twist the black rod as I melt it into the surface of the clear. This causes the black glass to go on much more smoothly than if I simply coiled it on. This technique has the added benefit of almost entirely eliminating any bubbles that might form between the color and the clear. The resulting encasement requires very little smoothing after it goes on. I cover about 2/3 of the blank, and then switch ends and start from the other end, working back toward the middle. This way the entire blank is evenly cased from end to end. I shape the gather into an oval that mimics the outline of the fish. Then I get it really hot and squash it with my flat iron, rocking it back and forth so that the ends are a bit thinner than the middle. I paddle off the edges to make the top and bottom thinner than the middle. This is how I form all fish bodies. I add a bit of black glass for the caudal extension and flatten it to conform with the body. Then I handle up to the tail and stretch out the nose of the fish into the familiar downturned shape of a tang. Now I add the forehead bump that is also a characteristic of this type of fish. I add small dots of black just beneath the bumps for the eyes. I use a piece of brass tubing to punch the eyes and give them sharp detail. I handle up to the nose and prepare the other end for the caudal fin attachment. The caudal fin will be made of acid yellow. I gather up a ball of yellow and flatten it. I handle it up and burn it off, leaving a gather at the end to use as an attachment. I seal the fin onto the black extension I added earlier. I heat about half the fin, and tagging onto the corner, gently tug the fin into the desired fan shape. This technique requires perfect timing. I talk about it in a previous video, Understanding Heat Base in Glass. I have linked to it in the description below. I refine the corners and edges until I get the perfect fan shape that I want. rays of the fin are added using my sharp knife. Now the black anal fin is added. I use a striping technique to make this fin. The first stripe is added and melted in smooth to create a sound base for the rest of the stripes. Then the subsequent stripes are added one at a time, diminishing in size with each one, which creates the shape of the fin. I have speeded up this step, but you can still clearly see what I am doing. I use my pincher paddles to even out the thickness of the fin. I tweeze out the edges of the fin to refine the shape. I use my hand torch to smooth out the ridges. Then I repeat the entire process for the dorsal fin. These two fins are now complete, but I have to be careful about my heat from here on out. The fins are thin, which means they will cool quickly and be prone to cracking if I don't keep them hot. It's time for dots. I pull some Lotus white stringer. The dots are added one at a time in small sections. Once I complete a section, I use my hand torch to melt them in smooth before proceeding to the next section. I don't show it here, but I'm using my benchtop Bunsen burner to protect my heat base and keep everything nice and toasty. This is a tedious process that can't be rushed. At the same time, I can't dilly-dally around either. I move from section to section, adding dots, melting them in, and reheating the entire fish between each one. With the dots complete, I now add rays to the anal and dorsal fins. This adds texture and a bit of realism, as well as eliminating any trace of the ridges between the layers. Coming down the home stretch now, I make the gill fins using 8mm clear rod. These fins are a transparent light gray on the real fish, but I don't have a color that is suitable, so I'm just using clear. The rays are creased with my sharp knife, and then the shape is stretched out and the handle removed, leaving a small gather to make the seal. I quickly add the fin to the proper location on the body of the fish and polish the seal with my hand torch. After both gill fins are added, I repeat the same process with black glass to make and add the pectoral fins. Last step, I add the clear stand to the fish. This is a tricky seal because it is small, it must be done quickly, and there is no way to bridge here. I make the initial stick and position the fish while the seal cools. Then I remove my project handle and shape the nose, giving the fish the characteristic downturned mouth that all tangs have. Finally, I fire polish the seal using the 4-point method, allowing one side to cool before proceeding to the other side. I rest the fish on the graphite pad to reduce any movement that might result. I grab the fish with my finishing tool, remove the base from the claw holder, and take it to the annealer. And here is the final result. Well, that turned out to be a lot of fun. Here it is. It came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. Overall, I think it portrays the fish pretty accurately. I'm pleased with it. I hope the client that ordered it is pleased as well. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. And with that, we'll see you next time, maybe within a week.